Okay, probably the inspiration that made me becoming a teacher was that first of all, when I learned English, I didn't expect that I could be a good teacher because it was very complicated for me to stand up in front of people and start talking to them. It was very difficult to do it in Spanish. I remember when I was in high school, the exposition stuff and everything was one of the most difficult things because I am not a person who likes to speak a lot in front of people. Thanks to the English, I got self-confidence and probably my inspiration actually was a teacher that I have. I had a teacher when I was studying English, and actually I remember his name. His name is Luis Plata. He was a teacher who told me one day, you know what? You have that feeling to transmit knowledge to students. I didn't believe in myself before that, but after that conversation that I had with this teacher, I was thinking that why not trying like to do something different with my life. First of all, I wanted to be a lawyer, but after that conversation with the teacher, he made me understand something that I hadn't understand until that moment. So thanks to that, I had the chance to teach, and and in that moment I realized that it was what I wanted to be. I wanted to transmit things to people. I wanted to help people to be better, and fortunately I have that feeling. I have that the way of teaching, and the students understand it. So I appreciate and I cherish a lot that moment that I had with a teacher, that conversation, because thanks to that, I am what I am right now. So it's like. Nobody had never asked me that before, but I think that was one of my main inspirations. Thanks to that guy. Okay, well, principally the main reason for the one I started studying English was because of the fact that at the beginning, when I wanted to understand first of all the movies in English, which was complicated for me, was one of the main objectives for the one I wanted to. I learned English and I started teaching English since I was 18 years old. And since that day, I knew that this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to become a teacher because I liked it. Later on, after some years of teaching only English, I found like my passion for the history. And since high school, I love history, but now I love history even more. And I love teaching history because it's something that if we don't understand our past, it's difficult for us to understand our present. So probably that's one of the main reasons for the one I really love history, and I feel passionate for that because it's something that not many people do. Not many people like history. So this is what I try to give to students: the passion for feeling history, the passion for understanding how important it is for them, and well, basically, it's something that I just love. I love doing what I do. Okay, some of the advantages and disadvantages that I had during my period of learning English and on my work was that, for example, when I started teaching English, I was only 18 years old. And that was a problem because many people didn't believe that I had the knowledge that I have. It was very complicated for me like to start teaching English because some people believe that I was very young to be teaching English when I was 18. So one of the complicated things during that time was the fact that many people didn't trust me because I was probably that young. And some of the advantages that I have had during this 12, almost 13 years teaching English is the fact that English has given me many things. English has given me friends. English has given me many good experiences. I have met nice people thanks to the English. I have met nice students. Thanks to the English, actually, I met my wife. Thanks to that, I met her, and this is what I've been doing during all my life until now, and this is what I'm going to continue doing for the rest of my life. Because I know that English, believe it or not, even if for some people it's complicated, it's something that gives me this satisfaction of teaching something to students, teaching something to people that will really appreciate it in the future. So probably other advantage of this, what I do, is the fact that I can communicate easily with other people from other countries, which I like a lot because I like to have a lot of friends. And well, and I hope that's a sufficient answer. Well, Well, finally, one of the phrases that I have always used in my life, and since I became a teacher, and I have said this phrase to all my students, and it's a phrase that I think that is very powerful, because it's a phrase that reflects all the good things that you can transmit to other people, and that phrase is like, everything you do in life will echo in eternity. It's a phrase that I really love a lot, especially because I took it from a movie that I really liked it, and I think has a lot of content. And that phrase can make people understand that every single act that you do in your life can really affect future things in your formation as a teacher, or information as any kind of profession you want to be.